Dr. Mitchell again, this time talking about conditionals. In this particular video, we're going to be looking at that particular component of algorithms, how they consist of selection, and how we can use that to change the outcome based off of a condition. So what are we learning? We are going to learn how to write algorithms or express algorithms that use selection. Selection itself is going to be something that uses a condition that evaluates to true or false. So as you recall from before, an algorithm itself is a finite set of instructions that accomplish a specific task. Algorithms consist of either, combinations of sequencing, selection, and iteration. So in this video, we're looking specifically at selection. Selection allows us to choose different outcomes based off of the result of a decision or condition. So let's look at some examples. So let's say, for example, I want to determine whether or not a number is within a particular range. So I might start by, of course, getting that number from the user. Then I'm going to ask the question, is the number greater than 0 and less than 10? So this is kind of also using these Boolean expressions we've talked about before. So when I'm checking if the number is greater than 0 and less than 10, I'm asking a yes or no question. So if yes or true, then I'll display the number. If it's false or no, then I'll just, display goodbye. I'm not going to do anything if that number is not in that range. I might also display that statement, even if that number, I displayed that number, and then after I display the number, I display goodbye. As another example, using pseudocode, I could write an algorithm using selection. Maybe I want to write an algorithm to update a high score. So let's say I start off by setting a high score variable to contain the value 10. Then I might get the current score from the user. And then using selection, I'm going to determine if that current score is greater than high score. If it is, then I'm going to set high score to contain the value that's in current score. If not, I'm just going to display high score. So let's get some practice on your own. Let's say I want to check if a student's average grade on exams is at least 75. If so, then they're eligible to get extra credit. If not, or otherwise, then they have to go to tutoring. Pause the video to create just a quick flowchart to illustrate this algorithm. So I might actually create this flowchart like this. Maybe first I might start by getting their average grade. Maybe before this particular step, I would have actually done the calculation and stored it in a variable called average grade. Then I'm going to check, is the average grade greater than or equal to 75? Based off of this outcome is going to decide, okay, are they going to go to tutoring or do they get to get extra credit? So if the grade is greater than 75, if this is true, then I'm going to display that, hey, you can get extra credit. If it's false, or the answer to this question is no, then I'm just going to display have a good day. I'm not going to tell them that they get extra credit. Even if they can get extra credit, I'm also going to tell them that they, have a good day. Okay, let's practice with another example. I want to display the message multiple of 3 if the positive number that is given is a multiple of 3. And if not, then I'm going to display not a multiple of 3. Pause the video to write this algorithm in pseudocode. So to write this algorithm, I might start by getting the user's input and storing that inside of a variable called number. In order to check if a number is a multiple of 3, I'm going to use the mod operator to check if the number mod 3 equals 0. If it is, then I'm going to display multiple of 3. If it's not, then I'm going to display not a multiple of 3. So to recap what we should take from this, we can express algorithms that use selection using flowcharts or pseudocode. We don't always have to do this with a programming language. And using selection, we can decide what part of our algorithm we want to execute or to do according to whether or not that condition being true or false, or answering that question yes or no. Thanks. See you in the next video when we explore using conditionals a little bit deeper.